Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Coach Molly. I'm so excited to have you today, and I was
Oh,
looking forward to our
thank you.
conversation.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I always love our conversations. Always.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Today, I'm excited because Coach Molly is here and joining me, and we're going to talk about something that affects so many children, parents, teachers, adults, name it, right? Every one of us at some point, it does affect us. And you want to tell us what that is,
It is
Molly?
the difference. It is that wanting and striving to be perfect, that we think we
Yes.
need to be perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to, though,
So,
right?
oh my gosh.
We have
Yeah.
to,
I
though.
mean, some of us kind of grew up thinking, thou shalt be perfect, right? And today we want to talk about the difference between striving for perfection versus striving for excellence, because there is
Sure.
a big difference between those two.
Absolutely. And many of us were raised to believe that if you try hard enough, you should get everything right.
Yes,
And
and if
always
you didn't get it right, then you didn't try hard enough.
enough. Try harder. We ended at that last month, right? We ended that, the try harder
Yes,
era.
yes.
But what we've discovered through our work is that the pressure to be perfect can actually block learning, confidence, living, leading others and ourselves. It just blocks any part of our life. It can block in so many ways, right?
Absolutely. And it's really, what is perfection? And
Yes.
where does the perfection stem from? When we
Hmm.
talk about being perfect, um, I'm just going to tell a quick story, because was working with a client yesterday, and we were just about ready to go out and do something. And I said, before we do, I want you to think about the word perfect. And I'm telling you, you've got to be perfect. And I
Mm.
want you to tell me how that feels in your body, because she thinks she needs to be perfect, right? And she goes, "Oh, it's very motivating, but also really depressing." And
Mm.
I went, "Oh, that's interesting." I go, "Now, what if I tell you I want you to be excellent?"
Mm.
And she paused. She goes, "That's motivating, but not at all depressing."
Yeah, perfect has a very weight to it, right? It has a lot of weight to
It
it, right?
does. It's very fear-based, and I talked about this with my students in my mind and body class this week as well, and I go, "Feel the difference between the two." And
Yes.
some of them actually really thanked me afterwards. They go, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping me, in a sense, get off that ledge of feeling like I have to be perfect
Yeah.
versus striving for excellence."
Yes. And that's what we're going to explore today, the difference between being
Mhm.
perfect and getting perfect and being excellent. Excellence, right? And
Yes.
how the shifting of the mindset can change everything. And more than
Mhm.
mindset, it's shifting a lot of our inner systems as well, right? So, but before we
It
get
is.
started, Molly, we need to bring ourselves here and now. Because I don't know about you, but I've been everywhere. I've been I'm not here yet. Right? Doesn't that feel like it some days you're just like there, here, everywhere?
Mhm.
Yes.
At any given moment.
Yes. Yes. So how do we bring ourselves? First of all, we have to ask ourselves, how many times am I thinking about the past? And when I'm thinking about the past, I wish to say we always think about the good things, but I know Molly would say the same thing, but we don't. We actually dwell on the things that we should have done better, could have done, should have, all of those things that we just love to beat us. And the things that we should have got perfect in, right? How about the perfect things?
Absolutely. I should have known better. I should have la 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 la. Yeah.
Yes. So this ongoing conversation does not allow you to be here because you're in the past.
Right.
Your body is here, but your mind, your whole soul, everything is in the past. So what's the point of playing that, replaying that? People say, how many times are you gonna, read the same chapter again, right? I mean, the chapter's too old. So that you have to let it go. We all have to let it go. And when we let it go, we can be here in this present moment. And then only thing you need to bring from the past is just lessons. That's the only thing you can get from the past, right? There's nothing else available other than keeping you stuck. So let it go and bring the lesson, and now you're here. But when you come here, then the other side is your future. I don't know about you. Sometimes we're thinking about the future. What if that happens? What if this happened? There's lots of uncertainty in the world. What is this? What am I going to do? What's everything going to happen to the world? Right? Right now, so many things are happening. Right? Like we're in the future. So what else? If you're in the future, you're not here again. Even if you let go of the past, you have to let go of the future too. You have to release it. Future is available to all of us. But if we keep thinking about it, especially thinking from a failure mindset from the past, right? And then also trying to perfect it. How many of us want a perfect future?
Oh my gosh. How many of us can't think of a future because we're afraid it won't be perfect or it won't be good enough for something? Yeah.
Yes. So that keeps us hostage, and then we're now creating something, and then we can't even dream of it because what if it's not perfect? What if it was like last time? What if it was like last week I failed, and I'm planning something that may fail in the future too? So what is the point of creating that? It doesn't make any sense. So what can I do with the future? I know it's available to me. All of us are going to have a future, that's for sure, right? So we have to release it. We have to bless it. We have to release it. Guess what? When I do both of those things, I have my hands free, and also my brain is free. Not only my hands are free, my brain is free to be here and now. Now, here and now is the only moment I can live, you can live, Molly can live and lead. We lead our lives, right? Our own lives has to be led by somebody. That's I am leading my life, you're leading your life, and then you can lead others who you love and who you serve. So if you're not here, you can't live, you can't learn, you can't lead. So that's why being here and now is so, so important. Now, how else can we bring ourselves really here and now, Molly? What do you do to bring yourself really anchor yourself in this moment?
Well, usually I do a tapping exercise or I do a breathing exercise, and sometimes I do both.
Beautiful. So what should we do today?
I would love to I have a great tapping exercise.
Let's do it.
So I know you're very familiar with tapping because you actually helped turn me onto that. And I was already doing some of that, but I have a really good one for helping us release that need to be perfect today.
Oh, okay.
So we have this theme going here, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to start and tap on the side of the hand. And you can either say this out loud or in your mind. And so we're just tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I sometimes feel pressure, I release unrealistic expectations. And then we're going to move to the eyebrow point. I am free to be me. And to the side of the eye, and learn as I go. And then under the eye, I celebrate progress, not perfection. Under the nose, it's okay to make mistakes and learn. Under the mouth, I embrace curiosity and wonder.
Nice.
Under the arm, I no longer take life so seriously.
Beautiful.
Collarbone, and I did those in reverse, but that's okay. I no longer take life.
We're not perfect.
I know. It's good to be me. On top of the head, I release the pressure to be perfect.
Love it.
I love it. And sometimes I'll do that a couple times. I'll go through an activity a couple times. Then I'm like, okay, I'm good now. Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, tapping is so powerful. And it also, when we're saying all these words, we actually, again, being here and now, right? Because when I'm speaking those words, I have to be here and now, not thinking about my past or the future. So that's really helpful. And also, I love how you moved, even though you didn't go to the collarbone and you went to the back and you didn't say, oh, but you just continued so peacefully because it doesn't have to be perfect. That's not the point.
It's not the point. That's not the point. So that was even better, right? Because they're like, okay, it's all good. And Yeah, so it's those are things that help anchor me and ground me. And I had a funny thing when I was thinking about when we're trying to let go of the past and we're letting go of the future. Sometimes if we don't let go of those, we're so bound up right here
Yes.
that we're absolutely stuck.
Yes.
And then I thought, me, science background, I thought sometimes of like, it's like squishing a bug. We want to take a bug and go, "Yeet," and it's like, oh my gosh. We do that. We literally squish ourselves because we don't allow ourselves to forgive anything from the past and move on. And we're not being able to move forward because we're just absolutely paralyzed by our thinking we need to be perfect.
Yeah, the perfect is what creates the future. Thinking is so bad with if you have that idea of I need to be perfect, you will never move into be doing anything now and here because it has to be perfect. And I'm going to ask you a few questions now, otherwise I'll start and go off on a tangent about perfect, right? So okay, so Molly, when you hear the word perfection, what do you usually see happening in children, adults, or even in yourself or your students?
Oh, just an instant freeze.
Mm.
Like almost like there, for me, like I can almost like catch my breath, like, oh my God, I got to be perfect. And there's this panic that sets in. Okay. And I see that in my students as well. And honestly, I think even in my growing up in my Christian faith, there was this like, thou shalt be perfect. Right. And it's like, oh, all it does is bring fear and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never really taught that gift of imperfection or that gift of just striving for excellence, because I was told it's like, oh, if you got a B, why didn't you get an A? If you did this in a race, why didn't you go faster? It was never, perfect. And so you just like throw in the towel. And I've seen students do one of two things. They either strive towards perfection and literally burn themselves out,
Mm-hmm.
or they just literally just give up and just go,
Yes.
yeah.
So explain to me the difference between the two words. Like I'm thinking, like our viewers might also be thinking, like they sound the same. And when I'm perfect, aren't I also being excellent?
There's a real difference between the two. So I want you to just kind of hold your hands out here and close your eyes. And I want you to feel the word perfect. What did you feel? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm a bad experiment for you. I didn't feel anything.
You don't feel anything.
I killed the perfect word out of my
You
life.
killed the perfect. So for those out in the audience,
What
know
did
what?
you feel?
What do you feel?
Might have felt heavy, right? If I probably felt a heaviness.
Mm-hmm. And then when you think about being excellent, what do you feel? For me, I feel the difference between the two. If somebody go, Molly, that was excellent, I feel just incredibly empowered. Like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
If
It was
somebody
an
said,
uplifting feeling. I
it's
felt like something
uplifting.
yeah.
If
And then when
somebody
it was
said, oh my gosh, that was perfect, I actually have a moment of panic going, oh my gosh, that means I can't get better. Or that means what happens the next time, I'm going to screw it up and it's not going to be perfect. I'm already kind of starting to go down this road of judgment mode. And thankfully I know that. So I know what to, how to stop that and reel that back in. But I'm like, oh my gosh, there's such a difference between the feeling of the words excellent versus perfection.
yes.
Perfection. I saw this great graphic the other day and I was like, oh, I really resonated with that. It was like, perfection is about being right. Excellence is being willing to be wrong because you're learning, right? Perfection is based out of fear. Excellence is being able to take a risk. Perfection is out of anger and frustration, whereas excellence is powerful. And I really feel that whereas
Yes.
excellence is powerful. Perfection a lot of times is out of control. We want our kids to be perfect. Thou shalt be perfect. You will behave in the grocery store. You will behave at school. You will behave here and there and everywhere on the plane, right? Excellence is more spontaneous, where you're able to flow with it. Okay? Perfection is judgment.
I see it.
And we get a lot of judgment.
Oh, it paralyzes, almost paralyzes.
Yeah. Whereas excellence is accepting. Perfection is taking, because it's about me. It's about me being perfect. And therefore, nobody else can be perfect.
Yes.
Right?
There's
Excellence.
also a competition, right? There's comparison happening all
There's
the time.
comparison. Yeah, there's a lot of comparison in there. Perfection is always that pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellence tends to be more natural. We talk a lot about being in flow. I think when we're in flow, we're actually striving for excellence.
Yes.
And not perfection.
Yes.
Perfection is more about becoming something. It's a destination. And excellence is really that journey. We're striving to learn and to grow. We can look at something that happened and went, what could I have done better? I can evaluate versus judge.
Yes.
And we can talk again about, judgment versus evaluation. I think perfection comes out of judgment, whereas excellence comes out of evaluation.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So how many of us got so perfect in our way of wanting to be perfect, so perfect in the way of wanting to be perfect? How many of us started procrastinating?
Oh, because perfection is thinking about being having to be perfect. Yeah. Procrastination comes in and goes, I'll nip that in the bud right there.
Yeah, just think about the past for a little longer and then dwell on the future with the past projection. Just think about it, how worse it's going to be in the future too, and then stay there, but don't do anything here, because here you have to be perfect. But here you can do both of these and keep yourself busy, right?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So they go partnered, right? They're very, very, like some people say they're cousins.
They are cousins. They're cousins, and we procrastinate for lots of different reasons. But I think a big one is because we go, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. I don't think I can do it perfectly. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So therefore, I just won't.
Yes. My question always has been, according to, like, where's the perfect skill? I haven't found it yet. Like, who has the skill? Like, what are we measuring up to? Have you got the hold on
That's
this?
the big thing right there is we've set ourselves up. I remember talking with a past coach, and I was like, I'm so worried about what they will think. And he goes, who's they? I was like,
They.
Well, they, like all your Facebook friends, like
everybody, the whole world.
The whole world. And like, wow. I mean, it was like, and then I was like, wow, I'm really worried about what they, this unknown they will think. And it was like, we do. And I was talking with my students the other day, especially the girls, because I said, we grow up thinking that we have to be perfect. We have to have the perfect nose, the perfect hair, the perfect lips. We have to have the perfect body. I mean, some of us grew up with Barbies thinking that was the perfect body. And thankfully, we know that can't happen. I mean, a couple people have tried, and it's like, I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like, wow, okay, that's not realistic.
No. So you haven't found the scale, have you?
No, because there really isn't one.
The bar or whatever. I don't even know what it looks like or how it measured. Is it a measuring, like, I don't know. I've researched. I've asked so many people who are perfect. Can you share with me the scale you're measuring yourself against?
And they can't find it. It's that they thing out there. And that's where we can stop ourselves and go, wait a minute. who are we trying to be? What are we trying to do here?
Yes.
And it's hard because people are out there, are especially today, I think, are so quick to judge. They're quick to point out our errors, our, seemingly faults. And I go, why do you think that's a fault?
Yes.
I love Brene Brown's, if you've never read her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, that was a big one for me of like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
we don't come into this world with, being perfect. Perfectionism is taught.
No. Yeah, exactly. Or learned.
And it's, again, that ambiguous scale of like, where is that? Show me.
Yeah.
Show me.
So let's look at how does this what happens inside the brain or the nervous system when someone feels they must be perfect. What's happening? So they hear.
Oh my gosh, they get so blocked.
Yes.
Yes.
Paralyzed, almost paralyzed.
So blocked.
Paralyzed too, right? To the point where they can't move.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of moving makes them feels afraid, scared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then their whole life becomes just incredibly fearful because they feel like they can't do it right. And they're constantly in self-judgment.
Yes. And can we talk about if we're conditioned early by our parents? Sometimes our parents are, really want us to be the best, right? And then they sometimes
They do.
like I used to like sit and watch my son write with the pencil or pen on the paper,
Mhm.
and then when I write, his letters started lifting off the line, and I never my letters are always sitting on the line. I'm like I get so nervous that they're gonna fly away. Like I wanted to say something, they're not perfect. What are we writing? So I had to hold myself from like, okay, can I just take the pencil and write it for you? Because it's not that perfect. Like it was going through my head, all of these thoughts. I need to correct him. The letter's not on the line. And I was panicking because that's how I grew up. Every letter has to touch the line at the top and the bottom, and the small letters has to be in the middle. The big letters has to touch it.
And
If
then
they
you go,
move
okay,
anywhere.
Kohila, why?
I don't
Why?
know, but I was like sitting beside him going, do not put the pressure. Do not.
Right. And then you look at that, and as we talked about, why were we taught that? Why is that why is that a measure of doing it
Writing
right?
was so validated. Perfect writing was so important, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you had to correct it so many times to make sure if the letters are touching different lines not properly, then you had to redo it. So I had to train myself. You've already conditioned yourself. Somebody conditioned you. Do not transfer that conditioning to another person anymore in life. Just let him write and he'll improve on his own. Letters are not flying. Trust me, they're not going to fly away.
They're not going to fly away. And yes, look at it today, and we're writing so much, on the computer. I still love to write. I love to journal. And, so writing to me is important, but it's like, I do not worry about my letters. I don't think that matters.
Right. When it comes naturally, it's okay. But when you force a child, like you have to touch the top and the bottom. And then if the capacity of their brain is just enough to just comprehend what's going on, but then we add this pressure of you got to touch the lines, and it becomes overwhelming. It's too much for what they have available, right? The working memory becomes overloaded, and they're just going to give up, and they're going to hate writing, and they're going to not even want to learn what we were trying to teach them. So we have to, like they always say, pick your battle, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we are constantly bombarded. I forget what it is, but it's like a couple million things per second that our brain is taking in, and we can only hold like 5 of those.
Yes.
It's crazy. So if we're forcing, this one thing about the letters, think about all the other things that we're not doing, in a sense that we're not allowing in because we're so rigid on doing this thing, with the letters, that we're actually building fear in there. we're putting in a block of like, oh my gosh, I've got to do this right. Otherwise, I may not get dessert. I may not get to go out and play. I may not get to do these things if I don't do it right.
Yes. And I was going to go with that is with homework and even watching our children do things. And if we have already been conditioned as to be perfect, and another thing was cutting. Like my son, when or my even my students, when they cut, they're not cutting on the line properly. They're going all over, and I have to be
Mhm.
like, stop. Like I have to literally tell myself, don't speak, stop. It's fine. If they cut again, it's okay. We can do it again one more time. It's just a paper. So calm down, because cutting supposed to be perfect. If you don't
Oh,
cut
and color in the lines.
lines, yeah, those are
Yes,
all
you
things.
have to stay in the lines.
So those would stress me out when someone else is doing, and I'm watching it. I'm like, I just have to pick up the pen and do it for you because it's not going to be perfect. No.
I was having one of my students. I was doing a lesson on rainbows, and so I gave them a picture of a rainbow to color. And a couple of them asked me, "Do we have to color it the way it's supposed to?" And I'm like, "You can color it however you want." And it was just like, oh,
Mhm.
this freedom, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes, they can say the colors of the rainbow. They were all good. They know them. They can color the rainbow however they want.
Yes. It's an interpretation of their mind, how it
How,
perceives, right?
yeah, their creativity.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So, do you think if I'm trained, so I'm going with that again, is that if you're trained to be perfectionism is you part of you, and you can't watch even someone doing a little slightly off the task, and you're like freaking out. Um, do we then, if I transfer, I've actually controlled myself throughout this process. I have to say, I was very good. Because I know I'm not going to transfer any of that. But if I accidentally transferred as a parent, right? Wouldn't that lead to my child always having the fear that they have to produce everything perfect? Otherwise, I can't please my parents. So don't we then become people pleasing or parent pleasing?
Absolutely. And I think, and I really believe this, that maybe we don't say something because we're going, but they feel it.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah, because I was freaking out that they're gonna cut the wrong line and go in between the lines.
Mhm. And kids, I myself, I'm a feeler, and what these things, I can feel things. And so if I even feel somebody's not thrilled with what I did, I could shut down as a child. It's like, whoa. So even though you may be kind of like tight-lipped and holding yourself back, it's like they feel that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I'm watching, we're watching, like
Yeah.
almost with my eyes. I'm like, don't. I'm guiding the scissors with my eyes. That's why you don't watch your kids do stuff. You just give it to them and walk away. And come back.
Yes. Yes.
Come back and see the results.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about
Absolutely.
giving compliment? What about giving compliment? Like you come back and they cut worse than it should. Like it's just a mess. Where they come back, you walk away and come back, it's the worst mess you ever seen. How do
I
you
think
react to
one
that?
of the things we can do is then change the tactic and go, instead of going, what did you do? Because I've, basically like, what is this? What did you do? We could go, wow, look at that cutting job. Tell me about that. But do it with like this genuine curiosity instead of this judgment, because so often we're quick to judge and come in and going, oh my God, look at that mess you just made.
It's not perfect. Let me tell
It's
you.
not perfect.
Let me do it for
And
you.
we
Let me
go,
do it for you. Let me show you how perfect it can be.
yes. And I remember a couple times my son handing it to me and goes, well, then just do it, Mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. If it doesn't please you, just do it. Yeah. I've heard of that. Yes. Absolutely. Sad.
Yeah. And it
Yes.
was like, okay, I need to change my tactic here and
So
go.
yeah, let's go over the better way to do that with excellence. How can we say? What
I
can we
think
say
again,
instead of
it
what did we
comes
just
with,
do? What
yeah,
kind of cutting is this? What
it
can we
comes
say instead?
with that genuine curiosity of like, wow, it looks like you had fun with the scissors.
Hmm. Yes.
And going, it because it does, right? It looks like they had fun with the scissors. And
Mm.
let them go, oh, yeah, I did. Look at all these little pieces I cut. Mom, I was making you a puzzle
Mm.
because you don't know what's on the other side of that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I read a
Beautiful.
great
Yeah.
story the other day about how a dad had given his daughter just this, a pad and some crayons. And he went off, for about, I don't know, anyways, fell asleep, something came back, and the little girl woke him up and say, Daddy, come see my drawing. And she had colored all over the wall.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those.
Oh, and we're like, I mean, as a parent, I would have come unglued, right? Because we're like, oh my gosh, how could you have done that? Why did you do that? What were you thinking?
Mm.
We were instead, it's like, what were you thinking? And there's judgment and there's anger
Yes.
versus, wow. And he really had to work at refraining himself. And it turned out the little girl had run out of paper and wanted to draw her dad a big mural.
Oh, just cute.
It is, because we forget sometimes to look at the intent behind it, because the little girl meant no malice. She didn't think she was doing anything bad.
Yeah.
So dad got her to help clean it up and explain that, walls aren't great to, color on, which is amazing. And how quick are we to, again, back to that perfection, to tell our kids that they're not perfect by an action they've done.
Yeah. Yeah. We can be, and especially if we were conditioned so badly and we were always yelled at and we were always told this is like a lot of people that I meet, like we coach, they're so stuck in their parent telling them you got to be perfect. Like my mom always wanted to be me to be perfect, so they still carrying it in their 40s and 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't take the perfect action, I can't take it. And then
Right.
what is the perfect action? Then the next question would be to what is that action? Like what is the perfect action? I don't know. If you ask them, they don't know.
They
Because
don't know.
yeah, that's the hard part, is they don't even know what the perfect action is, because
Yeah.
they paralyze themselves long enough that they don't know what is the step they should take now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stay safe. And then that's a protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, if I do something, if I'm gonna be told that you're not perfect, I rather protect myself from the shame that I'm going to by trying. So it's a very
Absolutely.
good protection. Yes. So, if, what is one small shift parents or teachers can make to help learners move from perfection pressure to learning freedom?
I think it comes back to actually focusing on the word excellence versus perfection. And remember that excellence is about the journey. We want our children to be on a lifelong journey.
Yes.
My tagline on my website is learning is fun every day. If we have to be perfect,
Yes.
learning isn't fun. Learning isn't a journey. Learning then becomes a destination. I have to get an A on this test. I have to write the perfect paper.
But isn't that celebrated though? I mean, perfect is always celebrated. Like like if you're, well, if you were growing when you're growing up, if you had brother or sister, and you get 60 and your brother get 99, your parents are like, "You're so great, you're so perfect," right? They celebrate. Everybody celebrates in the classroom. The teacher's like, "They're getting perfect. Some people here are not." Like perfect, right? You want to.
Yeah.
It's always been. I have to get to the perfect. Otherwise, I will be labeled as I'm not trying or I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm. And we need to get away from that. We need to stop using the word perfect. I told my client the other day, I said, perfection, that word perfect is a swear word to you now. I said, I said, you cannot use that word anymore. You have to take that out of your vocabulary. And she laughed and she's like, I get it. I go, we're going to work on that striving for excellence of
Excellence.
enjoying the journey instead of feeling like you always have to be here, like you
Mm.
always have to arrive, like you're here. I'm perfect. Okay.
And
Because
then
it's
if
not
you're
going to
there,
happen.
can somebody come and say, you're not that perfect yet? Is there any
Mhm.
way that somebody, I mean, I've reached a certain point. Is there a point that I can be there and going, oh, I've reached my perfect, and some day, you remember we talked about they, the world, they,
Yeah,
and you
they
say, you know what, you're not that perfect yet. You still got more to go. Even
right.
though
And
you thought,
then we are devastated.
yes, because I try my best to get there.
Yeah, because remember, again, perfectionism can often come out of pride. Look at me. And I'm
Mm.
guilty of this. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm a perfect parent. I'm not, but perfect, or a perfect teacher. I think sometimes, oh my gosh, I think in the classroom, teachers are expected to be perfect.
Yes,
They are to have the perfect lesson.
yes.
They are to be perfect with the handling of every child.
Yep.
They are to be perfect because they get to take on more responsibilities because they're perfect.
Yes.
And boy, we hold them on this high pedestal of perfectionism. And then if something happens, I mean, wow, parents, society, me, myself, it's like, oh my gosh, I will just tumble and fall because we're expected to be perfect
Yep.
in all that we do and in handling the kids. How are we supposed to deal with that?
Yeah. It's too much. Way too
It's
much.
too much.
Let's talk about parents. How about parenting, thinking that I have to be the perfect parent?
Oh my gosh. I was conversing with a parent the other day, and her, I think, child is 3 or 4, and she goes, "Oh, he, already knows their letters and already knows this and already knows that and already knows that." And I was like, "Wow, okay." And a few years ago, I might have went, "Wow, that's amazing." And today, I was like, as a coach, I'm like, wow, what are there some pressures going on there that you feel like they need to know all these things already at age 3 and 4? And I actually had some concerns in a sense of like, is this kid allowed to play? Is this child allowed to be free to express themselves? Is this child allowed to color outside the lines and to cut the paper however they want? And I don't know. I mean, it was actually really fascinating to think about that of like, we want our children to be perfect at such a young age. And oh,
But how much pressure does it put on you? Like you were saying to me earlier, even, right? Like me looking at someone writing and they're writing out of the line. If I'm just holding my breath, they're going to feel it, right? They're going to feel it.
absolutely. Oh, and on planes, have you've been on airplanes, I've been
Yeah.
on airplanes, and you get the crying baby and everybody is so quick to judge. And I've heard parents, after or people when they get off the plane, if a kid was just laying there, oh, your kid was so perfect on the whole flight.
Yes.
We do these little things throughout society where we're so quick to judge.
Yes. Yes. You know what I did though, Molly, with the word perfect? I use it so much that it's almost like okay. If you
Mm.
send me a text message, I say perfect. I
Mhm.
made it so like just a common thing. It's like lol or something
Mhm.
like people would write. So it doesn't have any meaning anymore for me. Because it had so much meaning before, because if I don't look perfect, I cannot exit the house. If I don't have perfect this, I can't do this. There's always a story, right? To perfect to there's a story.
Mhm.
If I don't have a perfect speech, I can't be online. If I don't have perfect essay, I won't hand it in. I actually held my essays back so many days and be late instead of handing it in because it wasn't perfect. And if I had handed in that when it was due, I wouldn't have lost late marks. I actually lost late marks, got me lower grades than giving the essay in time. The essay was fine, but I nailed it. It was like, sometimes you can't let go of things because you're not sure if it's perfect enough,
Oh, yes.
right? You
And I
hold on.
see my students do that. Yeah.
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 So that measurement. So I had to make perfect okay, perfect. It's perfect.
Mhm.
If somebody says something, it's perfect. It's a perfect
Perfect.
day. It's a perfect. It's perfect. I used it so much that it's a casual thing now. It's nothing. It has no weight. Before it used to
Which
have
is
so much weight.
great. Which
Yeah.
is great.
Like it's
And
the opposite
hopefully
of what
we
you
can
did
help
with the
other
girl.
people do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's opposite to what you did with the girl that you were talking about, right? Your student. You said don't use it. That's another way. Just avoid a word that is giving you so much headache and
Well, for
heart.
her, perfection is
Yeah, you have to
such
eliminate.
this thing
Yes.
that's why I wanted to knock it out of her. Because she feels like she wants to be there so badly
Yes.
and feels like she can't be, but wants to be. And it's like, then we're just going to knock that word out of your vocabulary,
Yeah.
especially
Absolutely.
when you feel like it's motivating but depressing.
Yes.
She put those two words together.
Yeah. It does. It brings heavy energy. I have to be
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what about body image? We touched a little bit, but for young, especially young girls, now young boys too, like everybody wants to be like tough and
Oh,
buffed up, right?
boys have, boy, there's
Perfect
some
body.
really interesting trends going around. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I
So,
saw one a while
perfect
ago with
body,
boys. Yeah,
right? Perfect body, perfect face, perfect. Like, what is perfect? Like, I don't think what they're showing girls right now is perfect face. I think I actually, I can't even look at some of the faces that people are saying, wow, this is so perfect. I'm like, excuse me, this doesn't look like human faces anymore.
well, that's the scary part is now kids don't even know what is real because we have AI and that's a whole nother topic. But almost weekly in my classes, I hear kids go, yeah, that's probably AI. Gee, I wonder if that's AI. I don't know. Is that AI? And you go, wow, these poor kids don't even know what's real anymore.
But have you seen people adjusting their faces so much, like this, cheekbones like up here, their eyes are like this, their lips are so big, but that's not perfect. That, I mean, they're portraying it as influencers and all these people out there telling girls that that's the perfect face, but that's not. That's almost unreal. I mean,
It is unreal. It is unreal. And again, who said that that was perfect to have these
yeah, the duck lips.
big lips or whatever?
Yeah.
Who says that's perfect?
I don't know. It's so socially we accepted that's perfect, and it's killing a lot of girls because they are beautiful. There's so many
Mhm.
girls that just with their own beautiful
Mhm.
lips and noses, they're not happy anymore.
Mhm.
They live through it all day long that I'm not
Mhm.
perfect, I'm not beautiful, I'm not beautiful, I'm not like that. That's why as adults we have responsibility for our young people to look at us. We can't do extreme things like that when we have money or everything. We go and change ourselves to look so much different, but that's not normal though. Humans they don't come like that. Like we need to be like anyway, but we need to educate. We can't educate those people, but we can always educate our children that that is not normal face. It's not
That is not
normal.
normal face.
That's a
Yeah.
plastic surgery face. So if you want all these surgeries, then look for that. It doesn't come naturally, right?
Okay, I'm just going to say it. The butt lift. Oh my gosh. I'm like, really? This is not natural. This
All
is
of it.
not natural.
All of it. It's too much now. The plastic surgery world has
Yeah.
gone so much into it. Nobody has ethical or moral standards that we're actually corrupting young girls. This is very close to my heart. That they need to tell them that we've done all of these surgeries to look this way, and this is not a real human look. This is a look that I fantasized and I created with this plastic surgeon or
Yeah.
surgeons.
Yeah.
That's fair. Just say it to the little girls who are watching you. Say that. Don't act as this is the normal. Don't act as this is natural. No, it's not. What
It's
those
not.
girls, the little girls have is natural. And they're
Yes.
watching you. You're being a role
Yes.
model, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very, very close to me, that topic. and then
Oh.
and then body image, doesn't that drives girls, even now boys, I think, into eating disorders?
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to be perfect looking body. I mean, we all try to achieve those too, right? I tried to achieve. Is it possible to achieve perfect body like Barbie? I mean, it's not even normal.
It's not normal. It's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not, our bodies are not designed that way.
Yes. I have to take ribs out to look like Barbie. I mean,
Oh,
my real
yeah.
ribs have to come out. That's
I
what
mean,
surgeries are doing.
there's,
They're doing
the human Barbie
Barbie.
gal,
Yeah, she
and
took
there's a
ribs out.
human Ken,
Yes.
and the amount of plastic surgery they underwent to look like they do is fascinating. I know there was a trend a while ago, and I think it was spurred kind of from the Ken. It's that chiseled jaw look. Yeah. And boys were being sold this gum that if you chew this gum, you're going to, develop
Perfect
this
jaws.
chiseled jaw. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. As parents, we have to protect what our kids are consuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these are not healthy information, right? These are purely wrong, and we're not happy with our own body. We have to be proud. So that perfect goes into that. Eating disorder becomes part of that.
It
Not
does.
I'm not perfect how I look. My hair's not perfect. My life is not perfect. And then it also goes into relationship, doesn't it? I don't have the perfect relationship like others do. I mean, it dominates everywhere if you think about it. Then I don't have the perfect car or the perfect house or the perfect vacations or the perfect partner. Like it just goes on and on.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The things that happen. I'm going to share a story, and hopefully I won't get in trouble for sharing this. But my daughter's getting married soon, and the other side of the family wants to do family pictures, which is fantastic. And there's somebody in the family that says, well, we have to wear matching outfits. Otherwise, it's not the perfect family photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. My response was, I wonder if we showed up in the inflatable dinosaur costumes.
I'm gonna bomb the picture.
And we can match. We'd have matching dinosaur costumes.
You'll bomb the picture for them. Yeah, maybe color. You should ask what color should we all choose to wear?
I don't know, but I was like, oh my gosh, just the thought of that made me laugh, because it's like, why is that? Where is that perfection coming from? The perfect photo. And there are times I am really guilty of that, where it's like I see other people's family pictures, and I go, oh, they look so nice. It looks nice. And I honestly just resolved to not do that on my family. So it's like, if my son, shows up in his work clothes and his welding outfit, fantastic. My daughter loves to dress up, fantastic. We're all in the picture. I am tickled pink, right? And it's a reflection really of who we are and our family versus a set. And not that set is wrong, because some of those are absolutely beautiful. But if your idea of perfection is, oh, it has to look a certain way in order to be perfect, I think that's where we need to reevaluate what's going on.
Another way to beat the perfectionism is to always live in flow. Flow is always perfect, right? Everything. If you're organizing an event, we always say, I want to have the perfect event, but it always doesn't go perfect. You just have to go with the flow.
That's why I remind my daughter, she's getting married, honey. Things are going to happen. It's okay.
Yeah. There isn't a perfect event ever.
No,
it's always go with the flow. It's always been a flow, right? You have to flow.
Yeah. Oh, she was, when her wedding dress, it was like, but she goes like, I want it poofier. I want it this way, or I want it that way. And Markham and I were like, I think nobody else is going to notice. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yes. I have a few comments I'm going to share with you, Molly. So there's Tony who's saying that my students believe that if they weren't perfect, no one would love them.
Oh,
and this was in grade 4. This was in grade 4.
I know that. I feel that. Oh, that just makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the way so many kids feel today, is they're not perfect. We're constantly showing them how to measure up. And it's like, how can they measure up to perfection?
Yes.
I think even in my faith as a Christian, it was like, you're supposed to be perfect, have perfect love,
No,
perfect this.
religion also plays huge.
Oh, religion just in itself does a number. And I think we have to
Culture.
be really mindful.
Yeah, yeah. And then Caitlin says, when you were talking about teachers having such a perfect bar to meet,
Mhm.
and that bar keeps going up each year to meet that bar, the perfect bar, and the more perfect you are, it goes higher because they know you can do it more. She said, yeah, that's so real. No wonder it's such a stressful job. And I
Mhm.
just wanted to say thank you to all the teachers. I don't think teaching has changed so much that we want to thank all of you, because it's stressful. It's not just stressful, it's just unpredictable, because students' behaviors are changing, right? They're not
Mhm.
the same. And not to blame them, but we didn't help them. I've been talking about this, Molly, yesterday. This is another thing that I can go on for days, is that we didn't help them reintroduce themselves into the world after we shut down the world.
Yes.
I'm so sorry we didn't do it. And as adults, we all failed our, like, I'm seeing young adults, 21, 20 right now. They would have been 15, 14, 16 at that age. They are having social shutdown. Social anxiety is out of control.
Yep.
So whose fault is that? We were worried that they lost math or science curriculum, but did we ever worry that they lost their life skills to be
Mhm.
humans again in real world,
Mhm.
to live and find partners and go out and enjoy? Like, we didn't do that. We didn't reintroduce them to the world again properly. So
No, we
so
lost connection.
yeah, so that's so sad that
Mhm.
we think it would, kids are okay, they'll just be fine, they're flexible, they're resilient. It's not, it's sad. It's sad. So Tony says one student hid her face under her jacket hood all day for 6 months, but she was so beautiful. Again,
Mm.
thinking that these role models who are putting their faces on social media everywhere, that this is beauty. It's not beauty. I'm talking to all the girls who might accidentally watch this. I know you're not going to watch this because it's not that of interest to you, but if you ever catch us sitting here saying the beauty that you see in the world right now is not beautiful, it's in fact um, it's in fact the ugliest version of humans I've ever seen,
Oh my
because it's
gosh,
not
and it's
real.
such
It's
a
not
mask.
real.
It's not real.
It's not
It's a
real. I'm sorry.
mask.
Yeah. Just get real and then I'll look at it. But it's not real. Until
Yeah.
it's real, I can't say anymore.
Mhm.
It's all fixed.
Mhm.
So we can compare that, right? You're real. So be proud of it. Be real proud of your real personality and who you are. You're beautiful, right? I mean, I had that issue too growing up. And then also Kim said that when we started, she said perfectionism is she's doing a series of posts on it because it's big. Perfectionism
It
is
is
such a
big.
huge.
Mhm.
So explain to me again, for all of the people who are watching, what's the difference again between being perfect and being excellent? Having
I'm just
excellence.
gonna sum it up is perfectionism is a destination. Like, we have to arrive and we have to be here, whereas excellence is a journey. We get to embrace ourselves, we get to embrace learning, we get to grow with wonder and acceptance. And perfection is like, nah, it's just a destination, and be perfect or else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, I don't think I suffer with this. So here's how you can tell, right? How can you tell someone is actually a perfectionist or not? Is by, if you're thinking something and you want to do something and you want to move forward, but then you paralyze yourself and say, I don't know if I have all the steps. I'm not sure the product of this
Mhm.
is going to be the best. I'm not sure everyone's going to like this. I'm not sure if they're going to buy this. Like, all of these fear that comes right after, you're like, okay, let's do it. That's perfectionism, because you're
Mhm.
afraid that if you produce something, if it's not up to that standard, we talked about that invisible scale, right? That we got to measure. If it's not up to that, then I failed. So I must not
Right.
try. I'm not going to try, because then I procrastinate. I'll just buy time.
Yep.
so therefore I don't have to do it. So that's how you can catch yourself. But if you think about something and you go for it, and then you produce something and you look at it and you say, you know what, I could do this better a little bit, and then you adjust. That's not perfectionism. You're just learning as you're going. That's learning with freedom, as you
And
said.
I think it's also just feel that in your body. Like we did at the beginning. I said, close your eyes and feel what the
Yeah.
word perfect, when you say that to you,
Yeah.
to
It
yourself.
actually goes it goes
Mhm,
down. It weighs you
mhm,
down whenever you hold it up. Now I can even feel it. Now that I've been
right?
talking about the word perfect so
Versus
long.
excellence. And
It
I go,
lifts up.
excellence to me is very motivating.
And then
If
people told us, right? Excellent.
mhm,
You done an excellent job. We already know that word is uplifting. But if somebody
mhm,
told us you need to be perfect, that's almost like you need to be perfect.
mhm,
But if somebody said that's excellent, that was a
mhm.
great feeling. It already has a great feeling in our body. It received it very well. Perfect doesn't have a good feeling, right?
No, it was really interesting talking with some of my students. I said, so what if you get an A on your test? Let's say you got a 98 out of 100. Is it perfect? Well, no, because I missed a couple. I go, but was it excellent? And they were like, oh,
Mhm.
they could feel that reward of doing a good job and getting an A on their test and being grateful and going, wow, I got an A, instead of going, oh, it wasn't perfect.
Yes, absolutely. And then we have Lori, who said great discussion, because I think every one of us in some time in our life suffered with perfectionism, one or another, right? And we work on it. Some of us haven't still let go. So the biggest question that I have for them is, can you please show us, if you have that scale, please send it a picture or something. So I really want to measure my. I've been asking everybody. Nobody's giving me one, Molly.
Oh my gosh. And sometimes it's like I realize I put myself on this pedestal. It's my own pedestal, and it's nobody else's, because I could go, well, you don't have to be perfect, but I have to be perfect,
Yes.
and it's like, oh wow. I kind of learned that I went through a couple of things this last month, and I was like, oh, I get the lesson I'm supposed to learn now. And it's like, okay, yes, we're working on, that feeling of excellence versus it's a journey versus like, oh my gosh, I have to be perfect. And it's like, nope, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to, and there isn't scale. I don't think so. But if you have one, if you're watching, if you're measuring it, please share with us, because I like to know how high I am.
Well, and the hard part too, everybody's scale is going to be different.
I don't know, but
We
there
use
might be
perfect.
universal scale we don't know about.
Oh, oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Send me a picture of your scale of what that looks like. I want to
Yes,
see it.
yes. I have here MC saying still working on my perfectionism. It's like it doesn't matter how old we are, how young we are, we can always compare ourselves and create perfect images, perfect life, perfect everything, and get stuck, right? So just enjoy, just stay with the flow.
Stay with the flow. That's where you evaluate. Don't judge.
Yes,
Evaluate.
awesome. I love this topic. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
when we live our life though, right,
Mm-hmm.
it's always when we forget about the perfectness of it, being perfectionism or perfectionist. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, the word.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being perfectionist, if we just live our life, it becomes more alive. Don't you agree? It's
Yes.
lively. It's messy, but it's live
Yes.
and messy, and it's curious, and it's always evolving. But if
And
I
you can
call,
feel the weight come
yeah,
off.
yes, yes. And then excellence grows when we create space for mistakes, like you talked
Mm-hmm.
about, exploration, and understanding that there's a human behind all learning. Like I'm a human. I'm a living system that I'm trying to navigate this world, so I can make mistakes. I can learn. I can retry. That's what life is all about. It's messy, but it's fun. But if we're perfect, then we're paralyzed and we're just living as robots.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
stiff, too hard. So
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Anything last minute words from you? Want to share anything? What should we end with?
Give yourself the gift of excellence and
Nice.
just hold and honor your excellence.
Yes. Yes.
And know that perfection is not a destination. Be on the journey. Be
Yes.
on the journey.
Be messy. Enjoy it. And be in the flow.
Yes. Cut all over. Draw outside the lines.
Yeah, make it a puzzle. Cut all over and say, I think I was designing a puzzle. And then the person can't say anything. Right? The person can't say anything. You're like, oh, that's pretty creative. That's all you can say. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having me on
your love
today.
and heart. Yes, yeah, thank you. And there's a lot of love and hearts and thumbs up. Thank you. And any questions on perfectionism or becoming a perfectionist? If you're trying to become one, let us know. And if you have a scale, please tell me where
I
that
can
scale
help
is.
knock you off that pedestal.
If you need any help in terms of staying in flow and finding your blocks, because blocks are hard to find it by ourselves. If you need help, we're here. Coach Molly offers a coaching. She has group coaching. She even have summer camps for kids. So she is going to be busy this summer. So anything you want, reach out to her. She's on all social platforms, and reach out to us and we can help you beat that perfectionism.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.